Sandy into his windup. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed a perfect play.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone. In a year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened. Fernando Valenzuela has pitched a no-hitter. It is gone. It is a walk-off home run for Justin Turner. It's over. Munson, a walk-off home run. This is way back. Walk 'em off. Chris Taylor.
The Dodgers win Game 1 of the World Series after Freddie Freeman hits the first walk-off grand slam in World Series history. We're breaking it down next on the Dodgers Nation postgame show.
Another payoff. Freddie got him with a slider. Clayton Kershaw. It's Teoscar Hernandez. Mookie mashed. It's a grand slam. Showstopper and game ender.
What is up, Dodgers Nation, and welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. My name is Doug McKain, credentialed member of Dodgers Media. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. Thanks for joining us after Freddie Freeman walks it off for the Dodgers. The Dodgers take Game 1 of the World Series, and it was a beautiful thing. They win by a final score of 6-3. Freddie Freeman made history tonight. Your Los Angeles Dodgers made history tonight. It was a battle of two iconic franchises going toe-to-toe for most of this game. You had a really nice start from Jack Flaherty. Garrett Cole matched him as well. The bullpens went at it. You had this Dodgers team that just couldn't break through offensively, going 4 consecutive innings with a runner in scoring position that they weren't able to capitalize on. You had some missed plays by Tommy Edman, but then he makes a big play to save a run. This game had everything and then some, but also had the first walk-off grand slam in World Series history. So you saw history at Dodger Stadium tonight. You watched history if you watched from home. And just to give you an idea about how rare this is, just to hit a walk-off home run in general while trailing is incredibly rare. It's only happened 3 times in big league history. 1988, Kirk Gibson, Joe Carter, 1993, and Freddie Freeman tonight. We've talked about it on this show. Would Freddie Freeman have his Kirk Gibson moment? Is Freddie Freeman Kirk Gibson 2.0? Well, we saw tonight Freddie Freeman off Nestor Cortez. He hits a walk-off grand slam, and the Dodgers take Game 1 of the World Series, and the winner of Game 1 of the World Series goes on to win that series 63% of the time. So the Dodgers in good shape after taking Game 1. And we saw an instant classic. I mean, the last moment is going to go down as an indelible moment, not only in the history of the Los Angeles Dodgers, but in the history of Major League Baseball. That is how rare, how special that moment was. And of course, it's Freddie Freeman. And it just goes to show what happens when you have a loaded lineup, when you have the MV3. Shohei Ohtani had an opportunity earlier in that inning. He ends up fouling out after Alex Verdugo makes a great play, diving into foul territory, coming up with the catch. And then they elect to walk Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts gets intentionally walked to face Freddie Freeman, and you walk one MVP to get to another MVP, and first pitch he leaves, no doubt about it. Freddie Freeman hits the walk-off grand slam. I'm fired up. I'm hyped. That was one of the best Dodgers moments we're ever going to see. Are you kidding me? Just think about what we just saw. Put it into context. Add some perspective here, okay? I mean, World Series, Game 1, Yankees, Dodgers, extra innings, Dodgers trailing in extra innings. The Yankees win percentage was sky high, and then it plummets because Freddie Freeman, on a hobbled ankle, a guy that should be in his 4th week of rehab on the IR, dealing with an ankle sprain, dealing with a bone bruise, a guy that's had to take medication and take shots just to be in the lineup. He gets one of the biggest home runs in Major League Baseball history. That was a moment we are never going to forget. You're going to remember where you were when you watched that. You're going to remember the reaction you have. You're going to remember screaming and yelling and cheering and celebrating with your friends and family and random strangers around Los Angeles. That is how special that was. Freddie Freeman gave us a moment that we will never forget. Let me know down below in the comment section, what was your reaction to that moment? What was your reaction to that moment? Freddie Freeman hitting that walk-off grand slam. Where were you? And also your takeaways from the Dodgers 6-3 win over the Yankees in Game 1. Julio Lopez, we live at Dodger Stadium. We got Alex, honestly, the best thing I've ever seen. I mean, it's tough to top. I mean, you're talking about right up there with Kirk Gibson, right up there. I mean, past probably Justin Turner's home run, of course, against John Lackey in the NLCS. I mean, you're talking about a home run that instantly joins the pantheon of legendary home runs in the history of this franchise. Rick Monday's Blue Monday home run. Cody Bellinger's go-ahead home run in Game 7 of the 2020 NLCS. I mean, we are talking about an iconic moment that outside of Kirk Gibson's home run, it's right up there, and we'll see if the Dodgers go on to win this World Series. I mean, you're talking about one of the most legendary home runs in franchise history, right up there with Kirk Gibson. And you see the similarities there, too. I mean, both injured players, you see Freddie Freeman kind of, after he rounded third base, having some issues out there trying to get to home plate. But he did everything he could to make sure he was in this lineup and he was going to help this team. And let's also point out the fact that Freddie Freeman, earlier in the game, Freddie Freeman, in the bottom of the first inning, he tripled to right on an 0-2 count. Yes, you had some shoddy defense there to allow that to happen, but still, Dave Roberts told Ken Rosenthal during the in-game interview that he was hoping that Freddie Freeman would just stay at second base with that stand-up double after tripling to left. But he says, you know what, I'm going to triple to left. I'm going to try to give my team the best chance to score some runs. And Freddie had 2 extra base hits tonight. He had no extra base hits in the postseason so far. He had 7 hits entering this game, all singles. Freddie Freeman, are you kidding me? Give me those Freddie chants. Freddie, Freddie, Freddie. I like this from Pulse2RX. Freeman will be the reason why I go to sleep feeling like a princess. We got Mamba Juan 53, best night since 1988 for Fernando El Toro. Yeah, I mean, how special is that? This one was for you, Fernando Valenzuela. Up in blue heaven looking down on us. You had the special moment before the game with Oral Hershiser. I thought that was a really nice touch. Have family there. You had 34 on the mound, and they did not throw out that first pitch with Oral Hershiser and Steve Yeager. Instead, Oral Hershiser placed the ball right on the mound by the 34. I thought that was a great moment, and tonight was for Fernando Valenzuela, the legendary Dodgers pitcher that changed baseball, changed the city's relationship with the Los Angeles Dodgers forever. A true legend, a true icon. So unbelievable. We got some more comments, guys. Welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show, the #1 Dodgers post-game show on the internet. If you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, hit that like button, and also let me know where you're representing Dodgers Nation from. We got a super chat from Adrian Sanchez, $5. Give Freddie all the tortas. What a moment, and what a call by Joe Davis. We believe. D-Mac, let me get a shoey. I owe you guys a shoey for this one. There's no doubt about that. We got David Coronado, 999 super chat. I'm in New York City. Just watched Freddie make a room full of Yankees fans cry in my WDGAF shirt. Go Dodgers. This means something to me, man. David, I love the way you put that. This is, like I said, this is a true moment. You are going to remember where you were when you watched this. You're going to remember who you celebrated with. You're going to remember just being stunned. I was speechless. I was shocked. I couldn't believe my eyes because of just the sheer home run of it. The first pitch, Nestor Cortez. And no doubt about it. I mean, when Freddie Freeman, look, I'm adding him to the statue gang. Maybe Freddie Freeman at this point goes to the Hall of Fame as a Los Angeles Dodger, because all those years he had with the Braves, his most iconic moment will always be this moment right here. Okay, let's add some more statues, and let's have that as a statue one day. Freddie Freeman's iconic walk-off shot. I mean, he's a part of Dodgers lore forever. His first World Series game in blue, and that's what he does. But I do love the fact that you are wearing your WDGAF shirt, the best-selling Kike Hernandez Dodgers shirt in the game. If you haven't got one yet, go to gearup.la so you can pick one up today. You got all the colors, Dodgers blue, you got dark blue, you got charcoal, you got black. Go pick one up today so you will not miss out. It's definitely Definitely a must for all Dodgers fans. So definitely go get one today. Go to gearup.la. It's $32, but it's great material. Fits awesome. You got the Kike goggles. You got the logo with the belt pump. It's also designed by your boy with the cool Are We Live, the WDJF. It all really helps the channel out as well. So don't go pick one up, guys. I mean, because that's the mindset, that's the mantra of this team this season for your Los Angeles Dodgers. Unbelievable. It looked like, okay, are we looking at a 1-0 deficit in the postseason? And the biggest thing was you went out there and you used high leverage relievers. You had Michael Kopech and Alex Vesey and Blake Trinan. Had you had lost tonight in a short game, in a series where it's a close one where you could lose, that it would have been catastrophic for the Dodgers' chances of winning this series. But they found a way to win like this team has done all postseason long, and you got to love it. My reaction in that moment, D-Mac, I picked up my wife over my head and nearly threw her through the roof. Absolute emotion explosion. Yeah, Claudia watching in my living room and screaming, definitely a night to remember. We got Robert. How is it not better than Gibson's? I mean, we could discuss that, but I think you look at there, I mean, Gibson was a pinch hit situation, goes on to win, but there you could say 1A, 1B, 1A, 1A. I mean, Adrian Sanchez, and we'll see if the Dodgers go on to win this World Series as well. But still, I mean, think about what we're debating here, right? I mean, we're debating already a moment that's widely considered one of the best moments already in World Series history. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to enter that conversation. There's no doubt about it. But look, you can have two great moments. How about that? You can have two all-time great moments. And tonight, though, we're celebrating Freddie Freeman's grand slam that gave the Dodgers the win. And we're going to talk about the rest of this game because we have a lot to get into, a lot to like. I mean, we saw this Dodgers team find a way to win despite having multiple opportunities to put runs across, to get ahead in this one, and they were lacking that big base hit throughout this game. They were lacking that timely hit, and at the end, they got the hit of all hits. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Freddie Freeman is baseball's version of fine wine. He gets better with age, and that's been the case throughout his career. The last 2 years for Freddie Freeman before this were the two best individual seasons of his career. Last year, he hit 59 doubles. It set a new Dodgers franchise record, hit 29 home runs, and now he gets this moment. I'm saying, Freddie, if you're watching, how about you go to that Hall of Fame? How about you go to Cooperstown wearing a Dodgers hat, especially if you get this World Series win, which you're definitely in much better shape now that you've taken Game 1. But like I said, this is a Dodgers team that was 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position. That one hit being Freddie Freeman's walk-off grand slam in the bottom of the 10th inning. They had multiple opportunities all night long. They just could not cash in. And Freddie Freeman gives a moment we will never, ever, ever, ever forget. So let me know down below in the comment section, do you feel like this series, I mean, if you're the Yankees, how do you come back from this? I mean, how do you come back from this? If you're the Yankees, yes, I get it. Look, you had the platoon advantage with Nestor Cortez, a lefty on a lefty. You walk Mookie Betts to face Freddie Freeman, and boy, did he make them pay. Boy, did he take that personally. Don't disrespect Freddie Freeman ever again. Also, thank you so much to the Atlanta Braves. The Atlanta Braves for not giving Freddie Freeman the contract that he wanted, and he falls into the Dodgers' lap. He's been an excellent player, an excellent teammate, and he goes on to hit the grand slam for the Dodgers in Game 1, the first grand slam walk-off in the history of Major League Baseball. Just incredible. I mean, the MLB script writers were absolutely in their bag tonight. I also want to give credit where credit's due, because you can't have a grand slam without getting other hitters on base, without finding a way to get base runners. And the Dodgers going to that bottom of the 10th inning, you're trailing 3-2. You got Cousins on the mound. Will Smith, first at bat, he flies to right. And then Gavin Lux, with one out, looks at the plate. He draws a 5-pitch walk. He's going to be an unsung hero tonight. Gavin Lux draws that 5-pitch walk. Then Tommy Edman, who made some great defensive plays, some other ones that he had some issues with. We'll break those down in a little bit. He, on an 0-2 count, on a 1-2 count, he reached an infield single to second. That puts runners on first and second. for Shohei Ohtani. And then Nestor Cortez comes in to face Shohei Ohtani, and Shohei a little aggressive there. First pitch, four-seam fastball up and in, and he fouls to left. Alex Verdugo, give him credit. He makes a fantastic catch in foul territory, and the Dodgers down to their final out. Runners on second and third. First base open. Aaron Boone elects to walk Mookie Betts. You intentionally walk Mookie Betts to get to Freddie Freeman, and Freddie Freeman also on that first pitch. It's a 92-mile-per-hour four-seam fastball right on the inner half, right in Freddie Freeman's nitro zone, and he cranked that bad boy 409 feet. 409 feet, and the Dodgers get a grand slam to win Game 1 of the World Series. There is no words. I mean, it was a dream come true. Let's be honest. Tonight was a dream come true. Tonight is where dreams become a reality if you're a fan of baseball, if you're a fan of the Dodgers. I mean, this kind of stuff just does not happen. I mean, the rare feats for Freddie Freeman. He had a grand slam and a triple today. I mean, that's only happened 3 times in a postseason game. Hasn't happened since Kaz Matsui did it in 2007. I mean, there's all these rare feats, and the best part of tonight is the Dodgers are up 1-0. They're up 1-0, and it was thanks to the heroics of Freddie Freeman. But let me know down below in the comment section, what is your reaction? I'm just in shock from Moose 1032. This feels like a dream. I feel like I'm going to wake up at some point and the last thing I'm going to see is Verdugo's catch. And I mean, you had a fan rob Gleyber Torres of a home run, and you had fans mad at that guy, even though it would have helped the Dodgers. That could have been a triple. I mean, it certainly would have been a double off the wall. I mean, there's so much to get into in this game, so we're going to break it all down. I feel Mookie's about to explode from Spooky Morales. What's up, D-Mac? Me and you were, yeah, absolutely. I can't stop drinking Modelo's from B. The Yankees. Had it coming from I don't know. Hashtag Max Strong. I love that point, Genesis. The year that Freddie's had. $5 from Kyle G. Wow, wow, wow. Let's read some of these super chats. The year that he's had, that's a $5 super chat from Kyle G. Wow, wow, wow. What a special moment. My voice is completely gone. That swing will go down in history. Go Dodgers. 3 more. $10 super chat from Trailblazing. Job's not done. 3 more wins. Need to produce tomorrow night. Hashtag, I love this, Kirk Freeman 2024. I like that, Kirk Freeman. I like that hashtag. Get it popping. I'll give you a little comment of the show for that one. I really appreciate that. I'll give you a little comment of the show action.
You win. Perfect.
We got a 199 super chat. Why do you think Cortez was played? That was odd. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the $1 million question right there. If you are a Yankees fan, is Nestor Cortez in that situation? I mean, Nestor Cortez is someone that he's been effective at parts throughout his career, but last time we saw Nestor Cortez was September 18th against the Seattle Mariners. So it's been a while, and look, I mean, it just shows you that sometimes, even if you're not scoring runs, the more pitches you see, the more pitchers you face, the deeper you get in that bullpen, the better your chances are going to be. And that has certainly been the reproach for this Dodgers team. They don't expand the zone. You try to work the count, and that's kind of the beautiful thing about their approach is, yeah, the runs are going to come at some point, and certainly in that situation, it was there. So, yeah, I mean, unbelievable stuff. And you're absolutely right. If you're a Yankees fan, you're like, do we got a better option than Nestor Cortez going out there and hitting an absolute bomb? I mean, it's a devastating loss. It's a devastating loss for a Yankees team. You got Carlos Rodon tomorrow. Hopefully the bats come around if you're them. But really, I mean, that's a tough loss. I mean, that's kind of one of those things where you know it's your year when. You know it's your year when you get a walk-off grand slam in the World Series, and you be the first player and team to have that. I mean, it's something that you just can't make up. I mean, I think, too, you hear fire Roberts? No, hire Roberts. We'll talk about some of the decisions that he made. If I'm a Yankees fan, I'm saying fire Boone. I mean, it's the bottom of the 10th inning. You bring in Nestor Cortez. I was thinking to myself, they're going to bring in Tim Hill, who's been really good for them during this postseason, and it's the highest leverage moment of the game. And if you are a Yankees fan, that's what keeps me up at night. I mean, that's what keeps me up at night. I mean, just some of these decisions on both teams are always going to get called in question. But, yeah, I mean, unbelievable. I think some of the moves that he made. But, yeah, Nestor Cortez, you're on the wrong part of history, my man. Freddie Freeman hits that bomb, and that's just the worst loss that you look at, and if you're a Yankees fan too, I'm probably thinking to myself, hey, they lost game 1 in 2009, came back to win that series, but this feels very, very different. But yeah, no doubt about it. We got, can my boy Freddie Freeman get the Dodger dog of the game? Yeah, Dodger dog of the game, no doubt about it for Freddie Freeman.
Dodger dog of the game.
We got to Roy Song 499. What was Smith thinking, swinging first pitch and popping out after Holmes hit Muncy and clearly had no control? He's really pissed me off. Yeah, there were some bad at-bats that we've seen throughout tonight. And look, it's the game 1 of the World Series against the Yankees on the biggest stage, okay? It's definitely going to they were tight on both sides during stretches in this one. They were kind of feeling each other out throughout, and they end up being an instant classic. This instantly goes down as one of the very best World Series games in history. That's what we saw tonight. World Series history, Freddie Freeman history, Dodgers history, iconic instant classic. Sometimes you see great games, and it was just the ending of that game is what made it great. But no, this was a tight affair throughout with so many different plays that went different ways that ultimately led to the outcome that we saw. We got let's go. We got I see a sweep from Christian D. Okay, we're going to do that thing where you get 2 hype after 1 win. I like it. I'm here for it. Chris Navarro, this calls for some King Taco. We got pitch to Judge from B. Guzman. Scott Service approved Aaron Boone's move. Flaherty was awesome from Spooky. Yeah, I think that's really where you got to start with this one is Jack Flaherty going out there and looking like the Jack Flaherty that we saw in game 1 against the Mets in the NLCS. Jack Flaherty, if you look at his line tonight, he gave up 2 runs on 5 hits in 5 1/3 innings, had 6 strikeouts. You saw some really nice swing and miss. 19 swings and misses for Jack Flaherty tonight through 90 pitches. A very gutsy outing going up against an extremely potent lineup. And you also saw the relievers step up. Anthony Bonda, Brusdar Graterol, Alex Vesia, Michael Kopech, Blake Trinan. Outside of Blake Trinan there late, they were putting up zeros in big spots, and Blake Trinan ends up getting the win tonight, and he went an inning of the third, had 2 big strikeouts. So, yeah, this was a team effort like we've seen all postseason long, guys stepping up in big spots. But Freddie Freeman, what a moment. What a moment. We got Steven, D-Mac, let's effing go. Daniel Macy, Max Strong, 3 more. D-Mac, you missed your first super chat. We'll get back to that. Hashtag Kirk Freeman. Yeah, give me a Kirk Freeman down below, guys. We got dude got a souvenir, but at the cost of not being in the stadium for that legendary Grand Slam. The Don, wow. That's when you frame it like that. When you frame it like that, you're absolutely right. I hope it was worth it. Here's the thing. It's got to be tough to sit in those seats and not try to make a play on a ball that's near you. But yeah, he's got to be kicking himself right now, knowing what he missed and how he had an opportunity to basically see one of the best moments in the history of Major League Baseball. And of course, you're very close. It was top of the 9th inning, and Gleyber Torres hits that double to center. Fan gets it, reaches over the wall. Clearly, it was interference. I'm not so sure why Dodgers fans were mad at that fan. I have no idea why, because at the very least, it was going to be a double. At the worst, it could have been a triple in that situation, and it wasn't going out. So, that's just the truth about that one. But, yeah, when you point that out right there, that fan is probably punching air, no doubt about it. That home run for Freddie Freeman, 109.2 miles per hour off the bat. It would have been a home run in 30 of 30 parks in Major League Baseball. Had a 990 expected batting average. The bat speed, 75.8. What an incredible swing for an incredible player that's been through so much this season. When you consider what happened with the illness of his son and the injuries piling up and fighting through this injury, no one on this team deserved to have that moment more than Freddie Freeman. I could not be happier for the guy. This cements his legacy already in Dodgers lore, because I do think that it's tough to come back from a win like this, and you have an opportunity to go up 2-0 tomorrow with Yamamoto on the mound, and he finds himself in a situation where, man, when you think of Freddie Freeman, it would have had to take a lot. It would have had to take a lot to, when the name Freddie Freeman comes up, to not picture him in an Atlanta Braves uniform, because of all the years he had there, because of all the success he had there. He's an all-star, an MVP, a World Series champion. Well, now the indelible image of Freddie Freeman is going to be that statue look that he had, is going to be that moment that he had where he knew right away that was leaving the yard. He knew right away he was hitting a home run, and in grand slam fashion, he gave the Dodgers the win. Now, every time you think of Freddie Freeman in 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, that's the first moment you're going to think of. You're going to picture Freddie Freeman in a Dodgers uniform. So at this point, Freddie, knowing that, how about we just, go to the Hall of Fame, go to Cooperstown with a Dodgers hat on your plaque? What do you say about that? If he wins a World Series, I'm just saying, he's already had his best years with the Dodgers, and he's already going to win a World Series, hopefully. So let's just say, hey, man, baseball version of fine wine. We got to go Dodgers from Mike, the LA Dons. What a game. Smitty needs to get his head out. We got D-Mac. You missed that. Let's go some more. Yama going to shove tomorrow from Cole Kurtz. Yeah, let's head over to more of those super chats. $4.99 from Will Robinson. Freddie got the hit to light the fire for the rest of the series. Dodgers are locked in. And look, it's very different to hit and to perform when it's a 0-0 series. And you have that Yankees team almost playing with a little bit of house money, considering how much pressure was on the Dodgers to take this game. Now, I totally agree with you, Will. You have some weight lifted off your shoulders, knowing you had that big moment. Now you can go up there and relax. And in Game 2, going up against Carlos Rodon, where the Dodgers have been one of the best teams in baseball against lefties all season long. So I feel really good about this series. And what a moment. Just an incredible moment. D-Max, UPS man, $5 super chat. Let's go. 3F and more. Give you a little fire take for that.
Fire take.
We got Vengeance 279, no antidepressants for me tonight, LFG. Roy Song 499. What was Smith thinking swinging first pitch and popping out after Holmes hit Muncy and clearly had no control? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, we'll talk about that. But the truth of the matter is yeah, I mean, the truth of the matter is just a moment we're never going to forget. But look, there's so much to talk about in this one. I mean, there's so much to break down. I mean, we'll talk more about the moment of all moments more as we continue to break this Dodgers World Series win down as they break the spirits of Yankees fans. And you see people on X just posting videos of Yankees fans just going silent in bars across America. Well, it's all thanks to Freddie Freeman, who gives the Dodgers a 6-3 win in Game 1 of the World Series. Unbelievable stuff. But let's talk more about how we got there. Let's talk more about how we led up to this incredible moment. And I think when you look at where this game was won and lost and how it was tied throughout, well, I mean, they were going jab for jab early on. I mean, bottom of the first inning, Freeman tripled to left, Teoscar lined to short. They weren't able to capitalize. Top of the second, it's some really nice moments here for Jack Flaherty. He executed some big pitches. I think the difference between Jack Flaherty was a couple of things tonight. One, the fastball command was back. He was hitting the edges. The fastball was setting up the breaking stuff because he was filling the zone with it all night long. And then two, the velocity was back. I mean, my man had some postseason velo like we've never seen before. Jack Flaherty tonight, the velocity on the heater was up early, kind of stabilized and went down late, so the average just kind of went down. But at the very least, you love the fact that he was up to his season averages. He topped out at 96.4 miles per hour tonight, and his best pitch was that knuckle curve. You saw that was his best put-away pitch tonight. The knuckle curve was there for him when he needed it, and he was going for it in big spots. And you knew it was going to work early on. Top of the second inning, he struck out Anthony Volpe with that knuckle curve right in the heart of the plate. They got a hit there in that second inning. Rizzo reached on an infield single, and he just kind of ducked it, got out of the way, kind of came near hitting his leg. But still, he was working his way throughout traffic. And then there was a point in this game where Garrett Cole was just putting up 1-2-3 inning after 1-2-3 inning, and both of them were doing it. I mean, it was a pitcher's duel for a good stretch here. Then top of the fifth inning, Wells, he gets back-to-back strikeouts to start the fifth inning. Volpe, he strikes him out with a knuckle curve bottom of the zone. He strikes out Wells with a knuckle curve bottom of the zone. Then Alex Verdugo, 1-1 count. He singled to center, and then first little leverage moment there, runner at first, he gets Torres to ground out. And then bottom of the fifth inning, the Dodgers get the scoring going. After Max Muncy struck out, Kike Hernandez, because of course Kike Hernandez, he tripled to right. Great approach there. Great two-strike hitting. Down 0-2 in the hole. Fouls off a four-seam fastball on the outer half. Gets the same exact pitch from Garrett Cole on the fourth pitch of the AB. and he pokes it into right field. 97 miles per hour right off the bat. And he triples to right. And then Will Smith, really nice job there. He hits a sac fly to right. That scores Kike to put the Dodgers up 1-0 early. So right there, I mean, 1-0 lead in the 5th inning. They strike first blood. And this is a Dodgers team that really has results when you get the first lead. And they did trail at one point in this game, but still getting a lead when they did, that was massive because you need to put the wheels in motion. You need to put the wheels in motion for a bullpen situation because that was the big decision. I mean, that was one of the keys leading up to this series that I talked about was if it's tight, if the Dodgers are trailing even by a run or two, do you see high leverage weapons? And Dave Roberts, he trusted his team tonight to use these high leverage guys in a tight ball game, and they come through. We saw Kopech and Treinen and Vesey and Brusdar Graterol. We saw them go to these high leverage guys. Anthony Bonda comes up in a big spot. So, yeah, I mean, I think that was really, really pivotal to make sure that you're going to these guys when you need them, when you need to go in big spots and go to it, and he certainly did that. And then with the Dodgers up 1-0, you're saying, okay, we could have used more. We didn't capitalize on early situations. But then top of the 6th inning, Juan Soto gets a leadoff single to start the inning, and really not a terrible pitch. It was a slider on the outside corner. He singled to center. Juan Soto, great hitter. Then he bounces back with a runner on first, and he struck out Aaron Judge on a 3-2 count, four-seam fastball right on the black, dotted for the first out. And then Giancarlo Stanton. 1-2 count, 4th pitch of the AB. He crushes a bomb 412 feet. Everyone was going to be talking about this. This has been the story. Giancarlo Stanton's home run ball. Has it landed yet? Last 5 hits have been home runs. Giancarlo Stanton. Well, we know that no one's going to remember that home run. They're going to remember the Freddie grand slam later in the game. And there was this discussion, this discourse on X and on social media. Where was Dave Roberts? Why didn't Dave Roberts take Jack Flaherty out of the game? As soon as Juan Soto got on base, you have to take the ball out of Jack Flaherty's hands and go into high leverage mode. I totally disagree with that wholeheartedly. I think in that situation, you have a starting pitcher that is rolling, that is getting the job done. And yes, he did give up the single to Soto, but he bounced right back and he struck out Aaron Judge. When you still have strikeout stuff and you're still showing a competent level of execution of your pitches, you don't take guys out. The velocity's not down. You're not walking a ton of guys. And the truth of the matter is you can't make these panic moves because you do not have 4 starting pitchers. You don't have a traditional pitching staff at this stage of the postseason because of the injuries that you've suffered. So I thought it made total sense. Leave Jack Flaherty out of the game. Leave him in the game. The problem wasn't Jack Flaherty there. The problem was the sequencing by Will Smith and Jack Flaherty in that situation. Basically, you went to the well one too many times on that knuckle curveball, on a breaking ball with Stanton. You always want to attack him up in the zone with fastballs, with high velocity. Maybe he didn't trust his fastball at that stage of his outing because the velocity may be going down a little bit, didn't trust it as much. Or 2, you go with that same pitch, but it is on the outside corner. It's out of the zone, and you try to get him to chase. You don't want to do it on the inside corner, and he left that curveball up. And look, give Giancarlo Stanton, one of the best sluggers that we've seen the last 10, 15 years, put a good swing on one, and he did what he does. He hit an absolute moonshot, and that put the Yankees on top 2-1. There. So, but I don't fault Dave Roberts for not taking out Jack Flaherty. I think that you got to trust these guys at some point. You can't just, anytime there's a mistake, run out there and panic and then burn through all your high leverage guys. I totally disagree with that sentiment. You got to go out there and trust some guys. And I think that is something that they'll really go with for the remainder of this series is, look, if Yoshinobu Yamamoto is rolling inefficient, if Walker Buehler is rolling inefficient, you're not going to run out there at the first sign of traffic. I mean, these guys are starting pitchers for a reason. The reason why starting pitchers get the big bucks, and I think they're going to realize that to win a 7-game series against a really good team, you can't panic. It's not the right approach to it. But then after that, though, Anthony Bonda comes in, and Jazz Chisholm, he singles to right. And Jazz Chisholm, give him credit, he had a good game tonight. Definitely had an impact for that team. He singles, and then Chisholm steals second. And Yankees, they had a really good read on Anthony Bonda because he went right away. So give them credit. They're able to take advantage on the base pass. The Yankees were the better team, the more aggressive team on the base pass. And then Bonda, he comes back. He strikes out Anthony Rizzo with a slider away on the outside corner for the second out. And then a very key part of this game. I cannot overemphasize how massive this sequence was when you consider how much runs were a premium tonight. After he struck out Rizzo, Wells reached on an infield single to short, but Tommy Edman made a fantastic play to keep it in the infield to save a run. It was a ground ball up the middle. It was a bouncer, a little two-hopper that almost got through that would have scored Jazz Chisholm, but Edman, he dives to his left, and they were playing up the middle, and that was one of the key run-saving plays for the Dodgers defense. Yes, there were some plays that didn't go Edman's way, but still, that play right there, it certainly helped them in that situation because next batter with 2 outs, Anthony Bonda versus Alex Verdugo, 1-2 count. He punches him out with a 98-mile-per-hour heater up in the zone to get out of the jam. So kudos to Anthony Bonda. Anthony Bonda came out there, and he did a really great job of just limiting the damage to just the Giancarlo Stanton 2-run shot. I mean, you look at that 6th inning, they got 4 hits in that inning. 4 hits that inning, but were able to just score 2 runs. So give Bonda credit, Edman credit. Jack Flaherty did strike out Aaron Judge, so he was gritty and gutsy until the very end. And then we entered this sequence of the game where the Dodgers had all these opportunities. You rewind a little bit before Kike Hernandez's triple that ultimately led to a run after Will Smith's sac fly. He had 11 straight batters there that Garrett Cole had retired. And then after that sequence, it was they were getting runners on, but they weren't able to capitalize. I mean, bottom of the 6th inning, you had an opportunity to get a run, to get right back and tie this thing or take the lead. Tommy Edman gets a leadoff double, and then Ohtani, with no outs, hits a bouncer that goes over Garrett Cole's head. Volpe makes a play on it. They get Ohtani at first. Ohtani was close to running it out. He was hustling down the line. Give him credit. Edman gets to third. So the Dodgers, a runner on third with 1 out. Mookie hits a short hopper with the infield in. Jazz made a nice stab at it. He makes a really great play for the second out. And then Freddie Freeman, he flied to right. So you had a runner on third, 1 out, couldn't cash in with the top of the lineup. Then bottom of the 7th, Teo at the plate to lead it off. Bottom of the 7th, down 0-2 in the count. He works his way back in the count to load it full. 3-2. 8-pitch to the AB, Teo singles to center, and that knocks Garrett Cole out of the game, and the Yankees, they bring in Clay Holmes. Then Max Muncy at the plate, he gets hit by a pitch, so the Dodgers are cooking. Runners on first and second, then Kike Hernandez, he lays down a perfect bunt in front of home plate. Textbook bunt, really nice job. I think the fact that Clay Holmes wasn't throwing strikes makes you wonder, hey, do you want to be more aggressive with the way that Kike can swing the bat? Do you really want to give up that out right there with the bunt? But still, nice to see some small ball. And Rizzo was charging in 30 feet from home plate, and yeah, did a really nice job by Kike Hernandez, just waiting for it. The ball just died off the bat. Really well executed bunt, and then really one of the least productive at-bats we saw on the night. Will Smith, first pitch, he hits a flare to right that goes right into Volpe's glove. It was a one-pitch pop-out. Not a good pitch to swing at. It was a sinker that was running in on him, just kind of ate him up. Really nice pitch. Got to give him credit. Just jammed him to pop one out. And just not a good swing decision. So it's another big takeaway tonight. You saw some swing decisions where you had early big swings, early in counts. You do want to take some more pitches. If the Dodgers were eager at the plate during certain stretches, and give Garrett Cole credit. It was inducing a lot of soft contact and getting a lot of easy fly ball outs tonight. But then you have Gavin Lux at the plate with runners on second and third. 0-1 count. Gavin Lux, he rolls one over to right to end the threat. So not good at bats there from Will Smith or Gavin Lux. Dodgers had runners on second and third, 1 out, and weren't able to capitalize. And you just saw this team. I mean, you weren't able to get the job. I thought Brusdar Graterol had a really, really nice appearance there in the top of the 7th. Really nice job there, too. Top of the 7th with Gleyber Torres. He gets him to ground out. He got Soto to pop out. He gave the single to Judge, but then he got Stanton to looking at a 98-mile-per-hour sinker on the outside corner to get out of the inning. So, yeah, I mean, the 7th inning right there, Dodgers pitching gets it done. Dodgers hitting doesn't get it done. And then top of the 8th, Vesia, electric, as we'd expect. Great to see Alex Vesia. It's another big takeaway in this one. You don't have Evan Phillips on this roster, but what you do have is Alex Vesia and Brusdar Graterol. So tonight, both those guys showed up, and Brusdar's missed significant time, and he's facing a really great lineup, and the hitters there line up. To trust Brusdar Graterol like that, give credit to this organization. They trusted Brusdar in a 2-1 game to go up against the top of that Yankees lineup, and he got it done. Gave up the hit, but he got it done. And then top of the 8th, Alex Vesia, he goes 1, 2, 3. He was lights out. Alex Vesia, he struck out Chisholm swinging. Electric pitcher. He had the late life on the heater. He struck out Rizzo looking, got him looking. He froze him on a 94-mile-per-hour four-seam fastball on the outside corner, gets Volpe to line to center. So it goes 1, 2, 3. Then bottom of the 8th inning. This is where the game really started to turn because it felt like one of those Game 7 2017 Astros games where you're just like, oh, it's just one of those nights. The Dodgers offense just isn't going to get the big hit. They're not going to come through. A lot of quick at-bats. No one's going to come through. It's kind of the Dodgers, what we've seen. There are a lot of these years in losses. Well, no. Bottom of the 8th, Shohei Ohtani, he steps to the plate with 1 out, 1-0 count. He cranks a changeup to right, goes off the wall, and he was safe at third after the throwing error. And Gleyber Torres, they marked it as a throwing error by Juan Soto, but really Gleyber Torres got to make that play, kind of try to backhand it, kind of squirts to the infield. There's no one around. Shohei Ohtani, he slides into third. So the Dodgers had a runner on third, 1 out, and then Weaver comes in to face Mookie Betts. I thought it was an incredible at-bat by Betts. He's down the count 1-2, and he takes a changeup, bottom of the zone, and hits a laser line-out, fly-out to center field. That scored Ohtani to tie things up at 2. So the Dodgers got 1 run on 1 hit and the error there in the bottom of the 8th. So another big takeaway in this one is defensively on the margins, it can flip this series. Tommy Edman on the Wells infield single, he keeps it in the infield. He keeps it in the infield to prevent a run in a big way during the 6th inning where the Yankees had opportunity to blow this game wide open. Edman makes the big play, and then in that inning, you let Ohtani get to third, which led to the sacrifice fly. The way the Dodgers were swinging the bats, if Ohtani's at second, you always want to believe in Mookie Betts. You always want to believe in Freddie Freeman. But the way this night felt, it just didn't feel like that big hit with the runner on second was going to lead to that game-tying run. So having me at third versus having me at second was huge, and that was because of an error for the Yankees. So we'll take it. And then it's a 2-2 game at that point, head to the top of the ninth, and Michael Kopech. I think this is one of Dave's most brilliant decisions on the night. You got Michael Kopech on the mound, high leverage situation, top of the ninth, and first 2 batters, he gets Wells to ground out. He got Verdugo to ground out. 2 outs, Torres at the plate. He doubles to center. We know what happened there. It was fan interference. For a second, it looked like the Yankees had the go-ahead home run, and it was a 3-2 game in the top of the ninth. It was as silent there. It was quiet as a library. All of a sudden, though, it was fan interference. And like I said, that fan, to be honest, it could have been a triple. If it bounced off the wall, rolls into no man's land, that could have been a triple. I don't know why people would be upset with the fan. Like someone pointed out on the show earlier, it's kind of tough because he had to miss the Freddie Freeman grand slam. And the next batter, Dave elects to intentionally walk Juan Soto, and then Blake Trinan comes in to face Aaron Judge. So you got runners on first and second. You got Gleyber. You have Dominguez running for Torres. So they got a pinch runner at second. And then you got Blake Trinan facing Aaron Judge with the go-ahead run at second. He gets up on the count 0-2, throws a ball, misses with a sweeper, misses outside off the plate. 4th pitch, he fouls it off, a sweeper on the inner half. That was kind of the mistake pitch right there that I was a little afraid of. Then the 5th pitch of the at-bat, 4-seam fastball up in the zone. He got judged to pop to short. So you get Blake Trinan there. You give him the ball in that situation. It's another example of Dave Roberts pushing the right buttons this postseason. Blake Trinan comes in, and he preserves the 2-2 tie. Bottom of the 9th inning, tie game. Really nothing happened. And the Dodgers go down in order in the ninth. Then top of the 10th, Blake Trinan doing an up-down, coming out to face Giancarlo Stanton. And he strikes him out on 3 pitches, gets him to chase a sweeper on the outside corner. And then Jazz Chisholm, 1-0 count. He singled to right. And then one of the big issues I had was, I mean, they were stealing Blake Trinan's lunch money out there. I mean, they were not doing anything to try to hold the runner on first or second or third. Jazz Chisholm, he steals second. They intentionally walk Anthony Rizzo. And then Jazz Chisholm says, okay, you're not going to pay attention to me. I will take third. And in a tie game with 1 out, you can't give up free bases like that. So, I mean, you love what Blake Trinan does and the success he has on the mound. He's extremely effective as a reliever. This team wouldn't be where they are without him. But still, I mean, I think that you want to pay a little more attention to that. And unfortunately, this has been a problem with Blake Trinan for quite some time. But still, Chisholm ends up at third. And then Anthony Volpe at the plate, 2-2 count. He hits a fielder's choice to short. And Edman really doesn't have a play on it. I mean, Edman mishandles it. I mean, you could have had the double play potentially. Wouldn't have been easy there with someone like Anthony Volpe running to first base and getting out of the box pretty quickly like he did. He was able to get the lead runner, Rizzo, who just froze there in his tracks and wasn't really in no man's land. So they were going to get that out there, but there was no play to be made at the plate. There's no way that Tommy Edman could have gotten Jazz Chisholm at the plate. Chisholm was running on contact. As soon as the bat hit the ball, Chisholm was going to score there, and that put the Yankees up 3-2, and then Blake Trinan comes back with a runner on second after Volpe stole second. Another stolen base for the Yankees. He gets Wells looking at a 4-seam fastball, middle of the zone for strike 3, and the Yankees take that lead. And then you head to the bottom of the 10th. We already talked about it. Might as well talk about it again. Gavin Lux draws the 1-pitch walk. Tommy Edman reaches on that infield single to second. So, hey, Tommy Edman, Mr. Ed VP, the NLCS MVP, he had a big impact in this one. And then Cortez comes in. Ohtani fouled out, and then Mookie Betts intentionally walked, and Freddie Freeman, he hits a 409-foot grand slam, the first ever walk-off grand slam in Dodgers franchise history. No, also in Major League history. We saw history tonight at Chavez Ravine. But now let's spend all the time listening to your comments here. Welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. We got Dodgers Never Quit. That's from Life and Logic. We got Greatest Game I Have Ever Seen from Nate Dogg. It's definitely up there. It's certainly up there with one of the greatest games you've ever seen as far as pitchers' duels, as far as the tension throughout, as far as big hits, big moments. It was just incredible. We got Juan Soto. We got F the New York teams. Edman with 2 errors. I think you have to kind of consider them, though. I mean, when you look at kind of where this team is and the fact that, look, I mean, he did have some errors. I mean, there's no doubting that, but still, I mean, he also saved a run too. So you got to give him credit too. And also too, I mean, the truth of the matter is like, the truth of the matter is that it was just 1 error. I mean, he didn't get charged with 2 errors, and the error early in the game that he made in the first inning when Stanton grounded to that fielder's choice and he wasn't able to make that play, it didn't lead to a run. So I'm not faulting Tommy Edman. I mean, there were some plays that you could make that are heads-up plays, that are above-average defense plays, but there was not 2-3 plays out there that should have been charged as errors. And he went out there, and he also really helped this team in a big way with getting on base when he did. I mean, just look at bottom of the 10th inning, got that infield single, put bat on the ball, right? And that's something that this team has lacked during this stretch. When this team has struggled in the past, it's when everyone's trying to hit home runs. Everyone's trying to get the big slug when they're trailing. But in this one, Tommy Edman, you got a guy like that who has bat to ball in his arsenal, and it paid dividends there in the bottom of the 10th inning. And 2, you look at this Dodgers team, they had 7 hits on the night. 7 hits on the night, and Tommy Edman had 2 hits. He was 2 for 4. Other 2-hit guy was Freddie Freeman. So, I mean, when you look at how this team performed as a group, I mean, Tommy Edman did well. I mean, you had the extra base hits from Ohtani, from Freddie, from Kike. You had 2 triples in this one. You had a double from Edman, a double from Ohtani. So Freddie Freeman and Edman, all these guys are capable of different swings in different moments, but I just love, I mean, the Freddie Freeman just holding the bat up in the air and just dropping it and leaving the hand up. Oh my goodness. I'm going to probably watch this like 10,000 times. The swing he put on that, letting the ball get deep and just absolutely launching it. His dad, Freddie Sr., sitting behind home plate. Just an incredible moment. It doesn't even feel real. It hasn't even sunk in. I can't even process this. But some more comments down below. Freddie was nasty to Nesty. That's from Just My Type 1. We got to Nestor Cortez, boons his brain on drugs. We got to Gotta Rest Blake tomorrow from WB. And that's what's important. That's why I think that one of the big takeaways is I do think that this offense is going to get rolling because of this, because of the fact that yeah, you are 1-0. Yeah, you do have to take care of business before going to New York, right? You don't want to put yourself in a situation where you're going to New York 1-1 with Walker Buehler on the mound, right? I mean, that's something where, yeah, I mean, there's definitely a chance that he pitches well, but also there's a chance where that he looks like more like the Walker Buehler we've seen struggle throughout more of this season. So we got Cowboys firing. D-Mac was on KTLA 5 like a what's up, 5 rings. We got the Stone Cold Freddie. We got you should do a watch party like the Barstool guys. That sounds like fun. Doyers win 3 Moss. That's from Cali over there. Edmonds struggled defensively. I mean, look, it's a tough job. I mean, he made some really good plays too, though. 499 D-Mac. I lost my voice. WTF, best Dodgers moment I've experienced in my 20-year fandom. The rally cap was in full effect. Yeah, I mean, unless you were around in 1988, it's tough to top this one. I mean, you're not going to top this one. So I'll give you a comment of the show for that one, definitely. We got Freeman got a lucky hit. Oh, come on now. Oh, there can't be anyone saying that. There can't be anyone saying that. There's no way. Hannibal Hector, 2 out. Bottom of the 10th, bases loaded, down 3-2, and boom! Freddie Freeman, grand slam Freeman. We got Jim H. Boone. Can you bring back Uncle Nestor anytime? As Kobe used to say, job's not done. Yeah, I mean, that's the approach that this team has. I mean, that's the approach that this franchise has. They take it pitch by pitch, inning by inning. I hope you guys do that too. Live your life 1 inning at a time, right? That's what I do. Jay Bullet, where does this moment rank in your top Dodgers moments you've experienced? Easily has to be one. I mean, has to be one. I mean, I don't know how you could top this. I mean, I think Kershaw's no-hitter in 2014 was pretty awesome. I think 2020 was great for sure, and, like, it's tough to top that. But I think for me, just the atmosphere of Dodger Stadium and seeing the Dodger Stadium crowd just absolutely have that place rocking, it was unbelievable. And it was something that has never been done before. So, especially if this goes on to win the World Series, right? If this goes on to win a World Series, there's no doubt about that. But, I mean, I was there for Max Muncy's walk-off in 2018 too, but the difference for that was that walk-off, they didn't win the World Series. And at that point, you're already trailing in that series as well. This feels like they're going to go on to win the World Series, and that will solidify this moment, because this is going to be a great moment regardless because of what happened. But you win this thing and you finish the job, and it takes on a whole nother life. It takes on a whole nother life. I mean, just think of Derek Fisher's .4 shot against the Spurs. Wasn't the same because the Lakers didn't go on to win that World Series. I mean, and also you just love too the contributions. I mean, the key to this offense is the bottom of the lineup giving the top of the lineup opportunities to produce runs. Gavin Lux gets the big walk. Tommy Edman went from cleanup to 9th, right? I mean, just the buy-in there. Just like, okay, sure, NLCS MVP, I'll bet 9th, all good, right? It's not that normal, right? It doesn't really happen that often. I mean, just hearing Randy Newman's I Love LA, I mean, this is one of the greatest moments in Los Angeles sports history. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's incredible. I mean, Freddie Freeman, a walk-off grand slam. They got people saying they not like us down below. It's crazy. Freddie, Kirk Gibson, Freeman. Just something out of a movie tonight. We got Dodgers Nation. Remember, job's not done. Small ball is all. What's up, Rebecca? Padres fans in the house. We got glad the Dodgers picked up Edman and Flaherty. No, Nate, 220. Great point there. It's a fantastic point. Look at Game 1 of the World Series. Game 1 of the World Series. And was it anyone that was included? I mean, you look at who Ohtani, what he did tonight, and all the contributions they had up and down the lineup, but think about this. Every single one of their major acquisitions at the trade deadline, they contributed to this win. And you had Michael Kopech go 2/3 of an inning. You had Jack Flaherty go 5/3 of an inning and get 2 runs and give you really good length based on what we're accustomed to with starting pitching these days. And then Tommy Edman going 2 for 4. So you're absolutely correct that having that element was massive as well. Mic drop moment. We got Cole Kurtz. He did a mic drop with the bat. Yeah, it was a little bat drop, mic drop. You love to see that. Alex Renteria, love seeing Trinan hugging Freeman after the walk-off and telling him thank you for bailing him out. We got Birisama, him holding the bat up like that was a classy celebration. Freddie pounded Nestor. We got David Brule. Freddie deserved that moment so much. I'm happy for him. We got Yankees. We're lucky to keep. Who called that? Yeah, who caught that ball? That's a great question because, I mean, that's a special moment. Spencer Salter, Realtor. You're the man, D-Mac. Always look forward to watching the show before and after every game. Appreciate that. Means a lot. We appreciate all you guys rocking with us here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Neil Casamoto, Will Smith swing at first pitch when the pitcher came and throw a strike. WTF. Yeah, we kind of talked about that a little there. Just some of the swing decisions weren't great. Let's just put it that way. But let's not forget, Will Smith also was able to get that sacrifice fly early in the game that led to the Dodgers' first run there in the 5th inning. But look, I mean, guys are trying to make things happen. I mean, I think that's why you're going to see this team settle down. Let's not forget the at-bat quality got better as the Padres season progressed, as the Mets series progressed, from the DS to the CS, and I think that we could see something similar with this. And Freddie Freeman did say after the game, it's something that you do dream about. So curious to see what Freddie Freeman said, but it's just unbelievable. I mean, it's unbelievable that 2 of the most memorable moments in the history of the World Series, in the history of the Fall Classic, were both at Dodger Stadium. We're both in Game 1 of the World Series. We're both with MVP players that were injured and playing through injury, with Kirk Gibson and Freddie Freeman. So, yeah, we're going to be talking about this for a long time. We're going to be talking this to the end of time. This is it. I mean, we're talking this to the end of time. And I thought Joe Davis had a great call with the "It's gone, it's gone." I mean, just an iconic call from Joe Davis. I mean, we really just saw a grand slam walk off with Freddie Freeman on one leg. I mean, Freddie Freeman on one leg hitting a walk-off grand slam in the World Series in Game 1. It's crazy. I'm going to watch this on repeat for the next 10 hours straight. I mean, just unbelievable stuff. Let's get to some more super chats. We got Trailblazing $10. Calling right now, Doug. Great game. See you tomorrow. Kirk Freeman 2024. Absolutely. We got $4.99 super chat from JB WRC. Yamamania for El Toro tomorrow. 2-0 heading to the Bronx will be huge. Giovanni Gomez $4.99. Damn, D-Mac, I lost my voice. Yeah, definitely a lot of Dodgers fans screaming tonight because of that moment that they had. Just something so spectacular that it's tough to even put it into perspective, just because it's such a rarity that we've never seen. I mean, the last time the Dodgers, I mean, they need to go out and win tomorrow. They need to go win tomorrow. I mean, that's definitely what you need. Let's not forget that you got to win Game 2. I mean, the Dodgers in the postseason, it's always splits, man. They haven't been up 2-0 in a series since 2020. I mean, we all know what series that was. It was the Padres series. So it's been a while since they've taken 2 games in a series. So it's really, really pivotal for them to go and do that. Freddie Freeman going up to his dad, too. I mean, how special is that? You guys see the video? Freddie Freeman going up to his dad, just living in baseball heaven on earth right here. Just what a moment, man. I mean, this is so spectacular. Freddie did say after the game about his dad, he said, if he didn't throw me batting practice, if he didn't love the game of baseball, I wouldn't be here playing this game. So that's Freddie Freeman's moment right there. Yeah, so crazy, just insane. And how about Joe Davis saying she is gone on the broadcast as well? It's too much. It's too much, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Mookie Betts said after the game, knowing what Freddie has gone through, this is a super special moment. I'm glad it was him. And that's why I said earlier, if anyone deserved this, it was Freddie Freeman. It was Freddie Freeman. So, insane stuff. It's insane. Freddie Freeman to walk off in the World Series to win Game 1. But, yep, guys, let's do a couple more comments here. And we'll be back tomorrow because you got game 2. We got 199 Yankees. We're lucky to keep it close. That's from Roger Smith. We got Grand Slam. Did you see the Gibby and Freeman walk-off both happen at 8:37? Yeah, I saw that. Sarah Lang just tweeted that out as well. I mean, the parallels, the similarities were just absolutely insane. I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy. And it was the 5th walk-off hit for the Dodgers in World Series history. 3rd time they've hit a home run. So you've only had 3 home runs to win a World Series game. It was Kirk Gibson in 88, Max Muncy in 2018, and tonight, Freddie Freeman. We got the Joey AF saying Freddie channeling that Fernando mania. Did D-Mac drink out of his shoe yet? Not tonight. I gotta get like a Freddie Freeman Under Armour cleat or something like that for the proper Freddie Freeman shoe that I owe him. D-Mac, show the Freddie blast again and give us a boom. Scott Slater. We got Boone is soft. We got D-Mac is just up J-Kid 323. What's up, my man? Lil D Magic tonight. That's from Jeremy Buckner. Hashtag they not like us from keeping it moving. We're the Padres' biggest challenge in the postseason. Possibly, but this is a good team. What's up, Kenneth Wren? What's up, Just My Type 1? Give me another boom. We got tomorrow, Los Angeles Times and newspapers will be good. Yeah, I mean, can't wait to see that title, man. Freddie, just Fred hot in the end of this one. Cali, this game was a major win. There will be a documentary about this. It's going to be just everything and then some, right? Eddie Chavez, Kirk Gibson needs to be brought back to the Dodgers Stadium and given an award. That home run made me so proud to be a Dodgers fan. And now Freddie, these guys really changed my life. Well, I mean, you got people saying that home run changed their life. Okay, so that's and I agree with you. I agree with you. It did change your life. The level of joy, both walk-offs happening at 8:37. It's mind-blowing. It's absolutely mind-blowing at every single level, for sure. John Boyd down bad. He'll be fine. Jimmy's going to be okay. We got Jose says Joe Davis uses Dodger announcer voice. I like that take there. Hey, we know Joe D, who he rolls with. Okay, we know he's got a Dodger uniform under that. What's up, Jimmy? Appreciate that. Adam Jones. I think they should put the fan who caught the ball in center field. LMAO. That's a good one. Shohei needs to join the hitting party. He had a double. Man, he had a double in this one. They weren't able to, and that was Mookie got the hit, and then they were able to tie this one. So, yeah, Mookie had a roll. Ohtani had a roll. Freddie Freeman was Freddie Freeman. So it's unbelievable stuff, guy, for sure. But, yep, guys, I mean, Freddie Freeman, I mean, just the moment's insane. I'm just kind of looking at kind of the things he was saying. And he said, those are kind of the things when you're 5 years old with your 2 older brothers and you're playing wiffle ball in the backyard. Those are the scenarios you dream about. 2 outs, bases loaded in a World Series game. For it to actually happen and get a home run and walk it off to give us a 1-0 lead, that's as good as it gets right there. I mean, this is peak baseball. This is peak baseball. Dave Roberts said it might be the greatest baseball moment I've ever witnessed, and I've witnessed some great ones. I mean, we're talking about just universal recognition of the significance of this moment. I mean, instantly saying it's the best moment you've ever seen. I mean, who could say this, anything to top it? I mean, this is it. Freddie Freeman said about his dad, I knew he was sitting there. He became friends with Mary Hart and Bert Sugarman. So he's been sitting around in the front row. He's been throwing me batting practice since I can remember. My swing is because of him. So that was awesome. And that's mostly his moment, because if he didn't throw me batting practice, wow, how awesome is that? Giving his dad all the credit right there for teaching him the game of baseball. So yeah, this is Freddie Freeman's night. This is the Dodgers night. The Dodgers take game 1 of the 2024 World Series tomorrow. You got Yamamoto going up against Carlos Rodon. And just the fact that a couple of weeks ago we were wondering, is Freddie Freeman going to be a part of this roster? I mean, you had Mookie Betts joking that this team has won games without him, just jokingly, right? So it's pretty insane. I like this. This is from Marmar, $2 super chat. Simulation confirmed, 8:37. Jason Alamio, compare 88 to today and just see how crazy it is that the crowd had the same exact reaction that they did tonight. D-Mac, you should show that. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. I mean, yeah, we'll do some side-by-side comparisons maybe at some point. But, yep, guys, Los Angeles Dodgers, man, Freddie Freeman. Good thing, too, is how about this? When your ankle hurts, when you're injured, the best thing about hitting a home run is you can just take as much time as you need to round those bases. And Freddie Freeman certainly did just that. And that's some awesome stuff right there. Is Freddie Freeman just taking as long as he wanted because of the ankle injury because he hits a home run. No extra base hits, and he does that. But that's going to do it, guys, for this episode of the Dodgers Nation post-game show. We'll be back tomorrow. To break down Game 2. We'll talk about all the reaction of Freddie Freeman's walk-off grand slam, the first time in baseball history that we've seen that. Now, if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel. Go to gearup.la to pick up the new WDGAF t-shirt. Go and get that. And also, follow me on X and Instagram at DMAC_LA. Go to DMAC_LA. You can follow me on Instagram, on TikTok, on X. Go find me. Let's do some walk-off shots here. Let's do some walk-off shots, guys. I mean, I got to go watch that home run another 50,000 times. We got 499 from Hector Castle. John Boy Media is looking for a Dodgers media content creator to talk World Series baseball. We got Cali B, Rodon. There was a World Series last year. Yeah, it was the least watched whatever. I can't wait to see what the ratings were for this one. Dodgers going 2-0 tomorrow. We got WDJF from Lizzie. We got Grimace is happy. Dodgers fans. Freddie came to make a big moment. That's from Mr. Dodger Dog. What's up, Dodger Dog? But, yep, that's going to do it, guys. So let's go, Dodgers. Absolutely, guys. But that's going to do it for this episode. See you later, guys. And remember, nothing brings us together quite like Dodgers.